What up, y'all? It is Jamba. It is 5 o'clock in the morning. I just got off a shift not too long ago, but I'm making another video because I really want to. This video, I think I saw like this on my IG, and I didn't click on it or anything like that. It intrigued me. The title. The title reads: Should he pay for it or no? Entitled chicks demand man to pay for birthday dinner bill because he was the only one with a penis at the table. Wow. Well, I haven't seen this video. I don't now. If the title is correct, I think that's pretty messed up. That because a person has a penis, that they should be required to pay the birthday dinner bill. I think that sets a really bad precedent. If we're gonna just judge whether or not a person's a paid just simply based on their genitals. I don't know where did that like where did that come from? So let's watch this video, and maybe it could be a skit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes like, people make skits and they try to go viral, but let's just assume that it could very well be real. All right, all right.
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set up.
Hey, Dad, I'm sorry, you're the only man at this table. Why are we doing separate tags? It's all women here. We got a check.
But I'm not responsible for paying everybody. I got the birthday
But
girl.
you invited everybody. You invited all of us.
I didn't invite you. Ernestine.
So this could be a skit. I'll just be honest with you. But apparently, so the red woman in the red, I'm not sure if that's like her man or something like that. But she's the one who's saying that you're the man, and you should pay. Because apparently it's like a birthday party, and the women are basically saying that he should be the one to pay. Let's rewind this because I couldn't really hear it at first. The volume is kind of low.
Dad, I'm sorry, you're the only man at this table. Why are we doing separate tags? It's all women here. We got a check.
But I'm not responsible for paying everybody. I got the birthday
But
girl.
you invited everybody. You invited all of us.
I didn't invite you. Ernestine invited you. Okay, I'm responsible for who I brought.
Okay, you're the only man at the table. I'm sorry, hold on. We was all doing Russian roulette, paying for credit cards and all that. Now all of a sudden you want to split checks? We doing split checks now?
That was 2021.
Y'all
okay?
wait.
So now I guess she's bringing up something that happened in 2021, according to him. But the women are basically trying to get him to pay because he's the only dude there, and maybe just try and be as fair as I can, ladies. Maybe they feel that way because they've been around men who had no problem paying for I know that there's men like that. I mean, my grandfather's he's much older. He got money. But there are men who got no problem doing stuff like this. So they're probably kind of have that standard in their head, like, okay, the man pays. You're a man, why aren't you paying? So and all of them are kind of having this, at least the women that I'm seeing are all kind of on the man should pay side. But
We're different. But I didn't sign up for that. Okay, there's nobody else doing
But you
the.
participate. I know we ain't got a check. I know. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. This is my birthday, for real. Okay, well,
You're not mad at me because I didn't have anything.
No.
But you
It's
still
Donnie's
pay.
birthday. Wait a minute. We're not
I
doing
didn't
this.
pay for nothing that I didn't get.
But you
No,
paying
but you
though.
sat
So
at
you
the
still-
table.
What? You don't pay for a seat.
Okay, well,
now this just seems it's so funny because my best friend has a video of me and another friend of ours kind of having, we weren't arguing about we were at Roscoe's. We weren't arguing about the check. And mind you, this was back when we were like 23, maybe 24 years old. And I was still driving Lyft and he was still doing his thing. And, we didn't have it like that. Our other friend did because he was a pro athlete, a pro baller. And we were looking at the check and we were trying to figure, he still has a video. I might post a video at some point if he still he has to have it. But this, I mean, these are all like grown people. Like these people are all grown. I don't see anybody here in their early 20s. These people seem like they're in their late 30s, 40s, in in with the man like in his 50s. Um, as adults, they should be able to have figured this situation out either beforehand to a certain degree. Like I like this is kind of like cheap. This is some, I don't want to say ratchet or ghetto, but this is kind of lower tier behavior to just kind of having, if this is real, let's just assume this is real. Especially on her birthday. I mean, I don't know. And I think that, I don't want to be like that dude and just side with the man and all that, even though he's ultimately probably not in the wrong. But you shouldn't go to a restaurant and order something that you can't afford. You should only order something to where if you had to pay for at least your own thing and obviously the tip, you'd be able to pay for. Like you should, you know what I'm saying? Like I like you don't order shit like don't, if you only got $35 in your pocket, don't order a $37 entree. You know what I mean? So I think that because the ladies, and I'm not trying to say they're imply that they are broke or they don't have, they don't have the money, but don't just go into a situation just assuming that is going to be taken care of. Don't assume. You'll make an ass out of you and me.
Listen. I don't care. I don't care.
Everything on this
I don't care how y'all do
I
it.
didn't order for food. Anything. I just showed up.
Well, I'm sorry, Dave, but you always pay. Like you the only man at the table. You not gonna pay the check.
Let me see. Is there a ring on her finger? Is that a ring right there? I don't know. Okay, let me not be a dick. Yeah, no. You know what's funny? Here's, if I'm putting myself in that man's situation, right? Let's just say, and ladies, I need you to take notes on this, or just at least just kind of keep this into an account. I'm speaking like for me specifically. If I was in that man's position, and let's just say I had a lot of funds and I was a well-off dude and I could very well just easily pay. Just because she said that, I wouldn't fucking do it. Like just because you're using a whole, you're a man, you should pay. That's not going to make any man who has a self-worth or fucking self-respect. It would make him pay for your food. It just wouldn't. Like if you even want the man to pay, you're not doing it effectively. We don't, again, I'm talking about a man who's I'm not saying that I'm just this upstanding. I'm just saying like a man, any man who just wants to be treated with decency. That's not how you flip the genders, and let's take it to something else. Like that would be like if, I'm trying to think of like a scenario, but it's like, well, you're the woman, so you're supposed to be the one cooking the blah 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 blah. And saying that out just in like, I just think that's just so uncouth and rude, and like in any context, that's just not the thing to do. And there's ways to get a man to do a thing if that's this is just not the way. Like this is horrible. Like this woman does not, I'm not, I'm not gonna say she wasn't raised right, but this is just fucking awful. This is a bad look on on her, man. I mean, um, I'm not gonna include the other two ladies that are next to her, like with her bullshit. I mean, they're not saying nothing, so I guess they're guilty by their silence because they're not, taking a stand. But I just think that's just rude, and and the man again, just have it being, if you're a man of any any sense of self-worth or decency, you wouldn't pay and be generous to a person who has this level of entitlement and obviously doesn't fucking respect you. That just doesn't make any sense. Like that's just absurd. So let me rewind it. I'm gonna rewind it.
Well, I'm sorry, Dave, but you always pay. Like you the only man at the table. You not gonna pay the check.
But I don't. I'm not obligated. I got my whole family.
It's $700.
He's a guy with a family. I don't want to call the woman out her name, but if I was in that situation, I would have been like, look, motherfucker, if you expected a man to pay for your food, you should have brought one to pay for your food, not him. Man. Oof. Come on, man.
For this whole table, and it's my birthday. This is your
Wow.
podcast.
Wait, 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 wait. Is she siding with, oh, don't do that. Don't. I hope the wife, and I'm assuming that this woman here who's his birthday. I'm assuming that the man is maybe her boyfriend or her husband. I hope she's not. Please. I hope y'all didn't assemble the woman Voltron against this man. Voltron, please, because ladies, because sometimes y'all will get together and y'all will combine like the Zord in Power Rangers to go against the man. Y'all know what y'all be doing. Hope that's not what's happening here.
But I don't. I'm not obligated. I got my whole family.
It's
Yeah, he has a family.
$700 for this whole table, and it's my birthday. This is your podcast co-host. This is your
Only
best friend.
$700.
It's only Shan. You being cheap? Are you kidding me right now?
You're being cheap. Oh, they said co-host maybe let okay. I'm not going to, since I don't have it confirmed. I'm not going to assume that man is her boyfriend. They don't even look like they would be like a couple. They said something about a co-host or a podcast co-host. Um, they said that the man is being cheap. The man was willing to pay for the birthday girl and his family. The women, the I would just say the woman in red is not even willing to pay for herself, but yet she is calling the man who is paying for the birthday girl and his family. They're calling him cheap. You can go fuck yourself 100 times over. If I was in that situation, that's what I would say. Calling him cheap. I'm taking care of the birthday girl and my family. You're your own grown ass woman. But man, I shouldn't have clicked on this video. Damn it. I should have done it. I had 12 minutes of, oh man, okay. Got a whole, we're just only one half of this. We're halfway into this thing. Okay.
Cheap right now. Okay,
No, if that was the case,
Let me rewind it.
$dollars for this whole table, and it's $100.
I'm not obligated. I got my whole family.
It's $700
$700.
for this whole table, and it's my birthday. This is your podcast co-host. This is your
Only
best friend.
$700.
It's only
They're saying only $700. It from my knowledge, it was the guy, her, the birthday girl, and the three other girls. So about maybe around like 80, 70, 80 per person, at least from the people, like that's like 6 people. They're calling him cheap. They're calling him cheap. Ladies, come on. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying.
Shan. You being cheap? Are you kidding me right now? You honestly being cheap right now? Okay,
No, if that was the case, I'd have just took you out.
Are you being Dre? Are you gonna let him sit here with a whole table full of women?
Now I told you about Voltron. She's trying to recruit another piece to add to the Voltron. God, why do y'all do this shit? You see what you see she's trying to assemble the sisterhood. Trying to combine all the, damn it. Ladies, y'all be diabolical with y'all shit. I be trying. Black women, I'm gonna be trying. See what she's doing. Maybe, you know what? Maybe she will restore my faith. Maybe this woman is gonna restore my faith in humanity. Maybe she's gonna say something reasonable. Maybe she's going to back the man up. Maybe she's going to say, you know what? To be fair, he didn't know that all the other women were coming. He just invited us and the family and blah, 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 blah. So I think that, let's be fair. And maybe the other women can pitch in and he can cover the half of, like, let's come to some sort of a fucking compromise. Let's see what she says. Let's see what she says. I'm going to rewind it a little bit more.
Are you being Dre? Are you gonna let him? Are you gonna let him sit here with a whole table full
It also doesn't help that he's bald and has glasses on, so I see myself in him a little bit more.
of women? I really feel like it's not his responsibility, and when y'all get a husband, I'm there.
Uh-oh. Faith in humanity has been restored, people. She said, when y'all get a husband, like I was saying earlier, because I think that's her husband, and she's right. Oh, thank you. Let's rewind it. Sometimes when LeBron dunks it, when he dunks on his opponent, you got to rewind that shit back. We got to go to the replay. So let's go to the instant replay on that, right?
Dre, are you gonna let him? Are you gonna let him sit here with a whole table full of women? I really feel like it's not his responsibility, and when y'all get a husband, I'm there. I'm sorry, I do have a husband though. Hold on.
I do have a husband though, but where's he at? If you have a husband, number one, where is he? And if that's the case, then if you're this is dumb. If you have a husband, he doesn't have to have been there. That's totally fine. But if you're, because it seems like the woman who said I have a husband, or one of them, if you're because basically if you believe, and I'll be honest, most of the women that I'm around don't even believe, don't even adhere to this. Like my mom, like we don't, people I've worked with, they don't adhere to this fucking stupid ass logic. But if you adhere to this notion that a man should provide and a man should, pay for the table, blah 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 blah, then if you have a husband and he's providing, then you should have no problem with your husband providing, even when he's not around. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll your husband can still pay for your meal. You just That's a transfer. You use your joint account. I don't know, man. I just but I'm glad the woman, and she was so like, and it was funny that you could barely hear her, because she was very like kind of feminine and soft in the way in which she approached the situation. But she stood up to them. I got to give her the props. She stood up to logic and reason. And it's not even about like man versus woman. This is just right versus entitled. This is just basic logic versus illogic, or I don't know.
women? I really feel like it's not his responsibility,
Highest
and when y'all get a
responsibility.
husband, I'm there. I'm sorry, I do have a husband though. Hold on, wait a minute. Thank God.
So Donnie, you're
Okay, so she has a husband. I don't know about the other women.
good because it's your birthday, but the
Y'all
rest of y'all,
so
we want to chip
embarrassing.
in.
We're good. Y'all are so
But you
embarrassing.
can.
Y'all are so embarrassing. All y'all had to you were all grown. Even the girl who's even the woman who's a birthday girl. I understand it's your birthday. I understand that you know in the back of your mind that you probably are not going to pay for your meal, but you should still be prepared to pay for your motherfucking meal. Just being a grown ass human being, just you being a grown adult. So when a person offers to pay, you should still be flattered and you should be thankful and appreciative. And when that person who is offering to pay for your meal doesn't want to pay for the other people's meal, you shouldn't shame that person for not paying for their meal. You should be appreciative that they're willing to pay for yours. If I went to dinner with my dad or grandpa, my family members or what have you, and I brought people there, I know I'm not a woman, but just follow me on this. And my dad offered was like, yeah, son, no, don't worry about the meal, blah 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 blah. And but my dad didn't pay for my friends. I wouldn't be mad at my fucking dad because he didn't want to pay for my friends if he was just paying for me. Just in innocent, like, this is just crazy. This is like insane, and I think we need to stop. I mean, this is 2024. We need to if we're trying to progress, and we need to stop fucking thinking this way. Like, this is stupid. This is not. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
Let me get out of here.
Not us splitting
Now she's
checks.
mad.
No, I'm not paying for anything. That's not my.
Did y'all hear her? And it wasn't the birthday girl or the other girl, and because the other girl who was in the middle, and I hope y'all can see my mouse.
Y'all so embarrassing. We're good. Y'all are so embarrassing. Let me get out of here.
Not us splitting checks.
Not us splitting checks, but you split checks when you with your girlfriends. So you cool with splitting checks when you're with your girlfriends, but as soon as a man gets in the picture, where you're not splitting checks and all this shit just goes out the window. We're back to 1957. This girl over here didn't buy anything, but which is a little weird. But I don't know. I think even if you go to a restaurant and don't buy anything, I still think you should put in. I still think you should put in for like the tip at the very least. I just don't think you should come in just because you didn't you might have gotten some water. I think you should still contribute. Just as a gesture, whether it's $5 or $7, what have you. But one of the women said, "I'm not paying for nothing." Ladies, if you got friends like this, you need to reevaluate your shit.
No, I'm not paying for anything. That's not my. I'm not paying for anything.
No,
He's
you
the man
ate, you had a couple drinks. You know what?
That's some bullshit. No, I'm not paying for anything.
I'm gonna tell you tomorrow.
No, he's the man at the table. He needs to pay.
Oh, so she thinks so. All these hoes ain't shit. Excuse my language. They're all ain't shit. I would I was trying to be fair because she was the woman in the red was the one that I heard saying the whole he's the man thing. So I thought maybe the other two ladies might have also had some sense. Possibly they just weren't speaking up. But I guess all, and I'm just going to include her into it as well. They just all think like that. And the birthday girl, low key, kind of thinks like that as well. Um, we're about 22 minutes in. I don't want to get too raw in this video because I think that the video kind of speaks for itself. And if you're watching this, you're probably of a somewhat of a sound mind. So I would assume you kind of know where I'm coming from. Um, but this is and I know this isn't technically a date, but this is a kind of a big reason. I mean, just like this entitlement, this is one of the many reasons why a lot of guys just don't feel comfortable taking women out. If it's, I'm not trying to go with the whole black man, black woman thing, but nah, man, we don't. This is a bad look, and there's been a lot of like different videos and stuff that's been viral like this, right? This is a bad look, man. So, and it's disappointing too, man. It's not good.
Please separate the checkbook.
Yeah, separate those checks.
No, because I'm saying that's ghetto. Like, you don't come to no establishment like that talking about split checks. I don't do that. I don't split checks. That's really ghetto. The podcast thing. Don't you the podcast.
And apparently they have a podcast together. You got to work with that person. I don't split checks. Is there anything else to this video? And I'm willing to bet you that she walked off like that, like kind of low key shitting on that guy, but he still paid for her fucking meal. Think about it. He still paid for her meal because that's what he was going to do anyway, because he invited her out. And she's still being, it's not like she went back and said, okay, no, thank you so much, blah, 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 blah. Didn't go well, but she walked out. She didn't really acknowledge the dude. Like, this is what I'm saying, man. This is the unappreciation. Like, this is and I'm not. This isn't like super triggering, but this is pretty offensive to somebody like me, or just guys who would like to be kind and would like to be generous and talking about like women, but But when you don't get that appreciation, and when you get taken advantage of, I mean, this is taken, like, this would take a man who was willing to be generous to a woman, and be, like, on somewhat chivalrous, because what he was doing was ultimately, an act of chivalry, an act of, hey, it's your birthday, yeah, no, it's on me. I mean, this is stuff that I've done. But to make it about, you got to also pay for these women, from my homegirls, and it's like, wow, man. um about 25 minutes in, this, it may seem like this video was triggering, but it's not. It's I'm I've never been in a situation like this. But to answer the question of the title, should he pay for it or no, I don't think he should have paid for anybody besides his own family. Even the fucking birthday girl. I would have, if this would have happened to me, I would have just, you know what I would have done? I promise you, I would have done this shit. If I had my family there, I would have told my family, hey, y'all, go to my wife, hey, take the kids to the car. Then what I would have done was, I would have went um to the waiter and been like, hey, um what did I get again? Like, what did I order? Okay, cool. How much was it? Okay, about $60. Okay, here's 100, right? I'm not, everybody else, I'm not paying for. We're fucking leaving. I would have done exactly that. Especially if I would have gotten some attitude from the birthday girl. Because I would at least have wanted to cover the birthday girl. But once the birthday girl started mouthing off and being on some bullshit, oh yeah, no, yeah, you good. You got it. Take some of that birthday money. You got it. You got it. Yeah, I wanted this to be under 30 minutes. It's only a 2-minute video. So yeah, I mean, look, what did you think about the video? Was he in the right? Was he in the wrong? Was he in the wrong? Was he in the right? We all know what the answers are. We all know who was actually in the wrong, who was actually in the right. But what was your opinion? This is Jamba with another video, and be sure to like and subscribe.